My mother is a teacher and my father was a scientist. And so in my mind, that was what you did. You taught and you learned how things work and then you taught others. And in some ways that was the menu of professional career opportunities. And really what I've done now is blended both. So I'm both a researcher as well as teaching how is it that we design and understand the design of innovative products and solutions. The big opportunity is we are sitting on a landmine of resources and ideas and intellectual capital that just need to be released into the world to change the way that we live our everyday lives. What really excites me about this area and the opportunity that social computing affords now is the opportunity of linking people, especially novices, people that didn't always have access to these exclusive apprenticeships, access to resources, to actually use social computing to get them the resources that they need to realize their ideas. And so I both study that as well as teach that. And so to me, the exciting opportunity is tapping into untapped potential, using communication technologies to tap into untapped potential and exchange resources between people who didn't always have them and people who have some resources that would like to share them with others. Computing, as we know, has changed the rate and the flow of information, who can talk with whom, when they can talk, what information, what resources they can exchange. And it's radically changed who and how and when people talk and interact, and consequently who and how and what products are realized. How do I use social computing in my teaching? I look to the students. The students honestly are doing it all already. It's our job as teachers to understand what they're doing, what they're motivated to do, how they're motivated to interact online, and seamlessly integrate that into the classroom rather than impose new technologies we find clever and interesting. The chance that a teacher is going to find out about a new technology before a student does these days, very low. What they do on a day-to-day basis is different than what the undergraduates did 5 years ago. It's just different to what they did 1 year ago. You know, I end every class with an activity I call I Like, I Wish. And so we spend the last 5 minutes of every class getting in a circle and everybody says something they liked about the class and something they wish they had been different. And I take notes down of what they said, and by the next class I try to have delivered on things that they wanted.
Who else would come up with something that's a project entitled Failure, where students have to experience failure, which is the root of science. The students that we deal with at the upper levels don't like failure, but they have to experience it because that's part of the experimental laboratory, find out how something works process.
Students are always surprised when I ask them, especially on day one, what worked and what didn't work about the class, because I think they have two assumptions. One is that once a class is set, it's set and nothing changes until the end of the term. And then two, even at the end of the term when faculty ask for insight and feedback, they're not going to, the students often assume they're not going to do anything with it. And so the fact that I ask at every single class period what worked, what didn't, it's not to say that I do everything that they suggest, but if there's something that they suggest and there's a reason I can't do it, it's an opportunity for me to explain why I can't do it. As a case in point, one of my students, Emily, asked me the other day, can we have class outside? As students are apt to ask spring term of their senior year particularly. And I said, that's a great idea. Here's why we don't do it. It's often noisy and there's often many distractions. But if you can find a place that has less noise and less distractions, I would consider that. So it's an example of, I always want them to be problem solving, and I want them to be thinking about why we make the choices that we do make. And this engages them actually in designing the class and feeling like they're part of the class with me, rather than it just merely being instruction that I'm delivering to them. And my goal was to not fail through high school. My goal was to be the best. And when I got to college, I realized I kind of had the formula all wrong. It was actually about achieving failure and learning from failure and doing that as quickly as possible rather than avoiding it altogether. And the faster that you could fail, the faster you could learn and be on to the next step.
And she's just the most engaging, delightful person. And I'm sure if someone fails in her test, which is passing it, I'm sure she has the personality to make them feel good about it, to make them feel as though it was an accomplishment.
I really do believe that we stand on the shoulders of giants. I have had an incredible opportunity to work with brilliant and creative teachers my entire life, really. I am a product of education. I've had amazing teachers.
I would suggest if you get to know her, beyond the technical ability, that you see how she transmits knowledge to her students, how she gets them to feel good about even failing, how she gets them to work and accomplish things, how she drives things forward.
About a third of the way into the class, there's a flip that happens in which they realize that this is an amazing opportunity for them to learn in a new way that many of them have not experienced before.
I'm very impressed with her demeanor, more than her accomplishments, which are tremendous. Her just personality, her engaging character, her dynamic attitude is something that is very rare.
I used to build things with my hands, products. I'm finding that the medium that's much more compelling to me now is social computing. And so that's why I want to build social computing systems rather than tangible products so much. I am deeply honored to receive this award. When honestly, I thought I was more likely to get kicked out of the Academy than win the award. What I do isn't traditional, and I knew there was a risk to that. And to receive this award means that I was right to trust my gut, that I was doing the right thing, and that there was a new way and new ways of thinking about what students and the ways that students could learn.